Very pleased as well to introduce you to Keri Pratt. Keri finished the MBA Executive in 1998. She's Director of Women in Super and also Director of the Investment Management Consultants of Australia. So welcome, Keri. Thank you. Oh, round of applause, come on. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. I'm very impressed by the number of people in the room. It's not often that you come to events when the weather's so beautiful outside and you're all choosing to be in here and listening to us. So add my welcome to the others. I should also say that, in fact, they must have run out of space. I'm actually director of 4 organisations, as well as those 2 industry associations, also a national sporting organisation and a disability business as well. And just in the last couple of weeks, I've taken on an executive role, so I think I'm overcommitted. I don't recommend that necessarily whilst doing your MBA, but I think in common with our earlier speaker, the pathways to doing an MBA can be quite different. In my case, though, the one thing that sounds like it was similar is that I was in a product specialist. I was sort of the resident expert on my narrow field, if you like. And I worked for an organisation at that stage, Lend-Lease, who were very supportive of executive education. And so I was lucky enough to be one of a cohort of people that were selected to be put through the program. And I think it was relatively early. I'm sure the program had been around for a while at that stage, but it was, it's clearly really expanded out from where it was when I did it. And so in that sense, I did get a little bit of financial support early on, which helped me a lot. But then as I went through the program and as the organisation expanded the number of people that it put through the program, the costs started to blow out and they suddenly were a little bit more focused on that. So look, I negotiated out of my bonus to pay for the last year, the executive year, which was, as you heard earlier on, the most intensive and the most expensive as well. The reason that I think AGSM is still relevant, though, in the new century, because of course I did mine last century, is because it is a leader in its field still, and certainly whenever I've given my CV to someone for those board opportunities or for executive roles, the AGSM always gets a strong tick, I think, because of the quality of the program and of the people that come out of it. As well, for me, the different formats were what made it workable. I didn't have kids when I was doing the program, but certainly I've spoken to and many of my friends went through the process of trying to combine working and studying, and flexibility of delivery is definitely key there. And the willingness to forego sleep from time to time. But if you have children, you know what that's like. So my experience of the program was first and foremost that it was really practical and applicable. So I would learn something, or I would learn a model or a framework which I could actually go back into my role and use straight away, essentially. And also, and I'm sure things haven't changed that much, when it came to assignments for many of the subjects, I was able to frame up those assignments around particular issues that I had within my workplace. And so not only was I able to have the benefit of the learnings from that and the application of the frameworks, but I, in one case, actually managed to secure myself a job by writing essentially my own job description in that organisation. So, there are opportunities there for you to really build on what you learn and apply it, as I was saying. The other learning I think that was really valuable to me was from the people that I did the course with. I work in the finance industry and have done all my career, and that really gives you perhaps a distorted view of life sometimes. So it is actually pretty good to go out there and to learn from people outside of your industry. And now as I look back as a director, that's been an invaluable opportunity, because surprisingly enough, when you're at the level of being a director of an organisation, the governance level, you find that frameworks and models work equally well across industries. So developing that early appreciation and talking with people from different industries in your peer group gives you a chance to sort of get those things, that process of thinking about things in a more holistic way happening up front for you. How did it help me with my career? Well, as I said to you, whenever I put a CV out with the AGSM qualification, especially I combined it with some other study which was specific to the finance industry, that always, if you like, got me through the door for the interview, if you like. And then after that, it was obviously what else I could bring. But one of the things that AGSM helped me to do was to think of myself, if you like, as a series or a set of skills and abilities. And again, coming back to my more recent experience as a director, but equally as an executive, being able to think of yourself and apply or see yourself as a package of skills and abilities that don't necessarily relate to just one industry allows you to take sometimes quite distinct career direction changes in the case of executive roles, or you end up on the board of a sporting organisation, for example. I really didn't know that much about gymnastics, except that my daughter liked doing it, but I've certainly learned a lot now. And as I said to you, those models and frameworks are equally applicable in sports world as they are in the business world. The last thing I wanted to say before we go to networking and drinks is that Women in Super, one of the organisations that is listed up there that I've been involved with for a very long time, is very grateful for the fact that AGSM has a great focus on community engagement and involvement. And over the last, I think we're up to, is our fourth year, Frank? Yep. After 4 years of association between Women in Super, which is a networking education group for women in the superannuation and related industries, we have had the benefit of scholarships from AGSM for a number of women, doing mostly those short courses that were talked about. And every one of those women, when they talk to me after they've done the course and when they bring back their little report to our group, comments on the value that they've had from the program. So it really does can assist you whether you're able to stay the whole course to receive the MBA, or at least to do those short courses and build potentially later on towards the MBA. That's really all I want to say. Thanks.